You ready?
We're so on task tonight.
Right? We're so fucking there, dude. We're game and on point. You ready?
So weird. Okay, yes.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Hello, everybody. I'm John Travolta, and welcome to this week's episode of The Demons from Outer Space. It's so weird. It's so weird. Joining me, as always, is Dylan McCandless. He's so weird. So weird.
I hate to break it to you, Bill, but I think your Travolta needs work.
Fuck you! My Travolta is on point.
It's
People in the comments leave comments about the quality of my John Travolta impression.
It's too weird.
It's too weird. It's too weird. What? Where? Boo. Hello everyone, I am Zazubaar. Welcome to this week's episode of The Demons from Outer Space. Of course, Dylan is here.
I am.
As always.
I am here.
As John Travolta introduced you a couple seconds ago.
Yes, I don't know why he keeps sneaking into...
Because he's the gay ghost. He can walk through walls. He's so weird, walking through walls. He's so weird.
John Travolta's like, hey, I'm not gay. I was in Greece.
It's so weird.
Like you were in...
As you can hear, people, we're so professional tonight.
Oh, yeah. How long have we been on the phone?
Dylan and I have been on the phone for over an hour, and we were supposed to start recording like 50 minutes ago, and we just didn't. So we talked for an hour, and now we're finally doing the show. So we should probably stop talking about that and actually do the show. And hopefully John Travolta won't sneak his way in after we get going. So Dylan, you actually brought a topic to my attention tonight, which never fucking happens. This is a first. This is a major first.
I did. Did I?
Dylan McCandless is going to lead the charge.
He is. As
we discuss something here on the Demons from Outer Space. So Dylan, why don't you lead the charge, man? Get us going. Lube us up a little bit.
Wait, I am? Okay.
It's so weird. So get the fuck out of here, John Travolta.
Well, shit, I don't remember what what's the topic that I brought here?
It had something to do with a giant flying turtle.
Oh, right. Yes, the giant flying turtle. So,
Slash.
Yes. No, yes. So recently, a Gamera thing was announced.
Do you want me to do it? Because you're doing a shitty job of setting this up.
I messed myself up because I couldn't remember what it was.
Alright, you want me to do it?
So now I'm just sort of talking out of my ass. Yeah.
Desperately trying to find some kind of angle to discuss this topic on. Dylan introduced... Well, I knew about this, but Dylan came up with the idea of talking about it on tonight's episode. I imagine we'll bring it up again on SOS this week, but why the fuck not? Let's talk about it now. So, with the explosion of popularity that Godzilla 2014 and Kaiju have found online after the explosion of Godzilla 2014 popularity, after all this news is being released about the new Godzilla and the movie is very close, and Kaiju popularity seems to be going up, I don't think anybody was very surprised as to what a certain company in Japan was going to announce with Godzilla's recent popularity, or increase in popularity.
I mean, it's not like anybody, predicted this for years or anything.
Not at all. It's not like anybody has been saying this for a long time, that this would happen. So, it's totally a shock that this was announced. But Dylan, what was announced? Not that you didn't already spoil it, but say it in a more eloquent fashion.
There's going to be a new Gamera movie, and it's...
This is going to be a new Gamera reboot. This is going to be a new Gamera movie, or... See, here's the thing. Are you sure it's a movie series, or is it going to be a TV series? Because the article I read said Tokusatsu series. And I fucking said it right this time, Andre, so fuck you.
There will be no memes this time.
No memes to correct my pronunciation. What I read was it was going to be a TV series. I didn't read movie series. I mean, maybe I read the wrong article, or maybe you read something different. But I heard TV series. Did you hear something different?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just assumed it was going to be a movie. Let me reread that article.
I mean, it would make sense if it was a movie series. I mean, that's where Gamera has been placed in the pop culture ether. But what I read was TV. What I read, the article that I read, and it's probably going to be the same one you're going to pull up because I don't know how many articles have been written about it. I don't know how many news outlets are getting pumped for the Gamera reboot.
The one that I'm going to go back to is the one that Gorazard shared.
Okay, so that's the one I read. I believe it says it was announced in a tokusatsu producer magazine. So isn't that usually associated with television?
Well, I don't know, because the word also...
I know it means special effects, but isn't it usually connected with television?
In America, I don't know if that's the same way over yonder.
Fair enough. Did you say over yonder?
I did.
You southern fuck! Mother of God, that was so like... I was like, am I on the bayou?
The bayou.
Are we rocking on the bayou playing a banjo? Dylan's got a straw in his mouth.
No. Screw the banjo.
So Dylan, what does the article say exactly?
It says the retailer, Japanese word I can't pronounce, is listing the summer 2014 issue of Katawaka Shoten's Tokusatsu News Type magazine for release on May 16th. According to the retailer, this issue will have a lead feature with a scoop on a new Gamera launching. Breaking a long silence, that famous Gamera will finally return. Earliest unveiling of image boards. The pre-production art. Japanese does not translate well.
No, it does not.
The giant turtle monster Gamera made his debut in Daiei's 1965 film Daikaiju Gamera, and his last film was Japanese name and then and then Gamera the Brave in 2006.
Gamera the Brave.
So it's really vague. All it says is that they're launching a new Gamera.
Oh, well, see, I didn't read it that in that much detail, so I guess that it's just the magazine they're putting in it. I guess it's probably going to be a movie, most likely.
Yeah. It's kind of like... I used to read the Shonen Jumps, right? And I remember when they were making Dragon Ball Evolution, there was a story in there once about it.
How shitty it looked.
And, well, at the time, I mean, it looked questionable, but I was still holding out hope that it might be good.
Yeah, me and my friends were like, that looks fucking horrible. We saw it anyway, and our hopes and dreams were destroyed in that movie theater.
It's the kind of movie that I don't know if you can technically say you were disappointed.
Yeah, no, it was... Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it looked bad before that, but we went in expecting maybe it'll be fun. It was not fun. It was Smallville with vague references to Dragon Ball.
At the very least, you were thinking, it might be watchable.
It's not even remotely watchable. That's a movie we should do a commentary on. That's a very Demons from Outer Space friendly movie to do a commentary on.
Oh yeah, we're big Dragon Ball fans, so we could totally get in on that.
Tear that movie a brand new asshole ready for John Travolta to fucking spring into.
That is not what an Uzaru.
That's really, Dylan? That's not what you were thinking? I'm sorry.
No. I was just complaining to the movie. That is not what an Uzaru is.
No, not even. It's a werewolf in the movie, and it doesn't even. It looks like a werewolf too. Like, you say what you want about the Uzarus in terms of design, at least the body looks ape-like.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with the face, but they're aliens, so just deal with it.
Yeah. And there are apes on Earth that have a more canine appearance in the face.
That's true. Baboons look like that.
And baboons, howler monkeys, and the like. So it's not beyond the realm of believability.
Right. Now, Dragon Ball Evolution, he's like the Hulk. He's like 9 feet tall. His clothes rip a little bit.
He looks to me like the Wolfman.
He does look very Wolfmanish. And the design isn't unrecognizable. It's just too small.
Yeah.
And that's not what an Uzaru is.
Speaking of things that are too small, in that movie, the Eternal Dragon.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Should not look like Manda.
Yeah, no. He should be eternal.
He's the Eternal Dragon.
Right.
He keeps going.
Exactly.
He is
Um,
long.
he is very long. Him and Liam Neeson are still having a length comparison. It's still going on. That's how long both of them are. We still don't know.
When Liam Neeson unzips his pants, he calls it summoning the Eternal Dragon.
That's what he says to women in the bedroom. It's time to summon the Eternal Dragon.
just like every time that Chuck Norris pees, he says, "Release the Kraken." It's the same idea.
The Eternal Dragon, rise! That's what he says when he gets a boner.
You can only summon him by fondling the Dragon Balls.
Finding all 7. Bringing them together.
Because Liam Neeson has 7.
He has 7 separate testicles.
You mean some poor dragon?
And that's in the fucking show, too, as we always like to stress.
Yes.
That's not an abridged line. That's in the show.
That's from the original I love the original Dragon Ball because it's an adult show.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But it's funny.
It's weird that the show about children is more adult than the show about adults for children.
Well, the reason is that Dragon Ball has a lot of humor in it, and it's adult humor, so it's like Japanese Family Guy with fighting. But
it's not that hardcore, but yeah, that's a fair comparison. Dragon Ball Z is more of a sci-fi series.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z is more action, so there's no comedy, and so they don't really go in.
Well, there's plenty of comedy. It's just it's more comic relief than anything else.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said there's no comedy. There's a lot less comedy, and so it doesn't go as adult. And not...
Well, more than that, the point of it is not comedy. Like, the point of Dragon Ball is to be funny, and be whimsical, and be kind of fantastic. DBZ is more like, cells fucked up!
Yeah. Dragon Ball was very much comedic. The fighting was in there just because, it's Japan. And
yeah, that's the only reason it's in there, is because we're making it in Japan. That's why there's car driving in Family Guy, because it's in America.
Right.
The science is sound.
Oddly enough, there's also car driving in Dragon Ball Z, but
Yeah, but they're like these weird hovercrafts, not really cars.
That's still my favorite episode, or my favorite filler episode. But
oh God, yeah.
But,
no, you know what? You know what's another good one? Another good filler episode. Goku is like watching those eggs hatch. It's like in the last couple episodes of the series. You remember this when he's watching the eggs hatch?
What eggs?
And he's late for that party at Bulma's house. This is after the Buu saga.
Oh, I barely remember this.
Yeah, he was watching these eggs, right? And he's all dressed up in this suit, which Goku in a suit is always funny.
Yeah, I love when he gets...
looks ridiculous.
I love when they put him in a suit.
That's why I love the opening of Broly, too, because he's just in this fucking, this work suit, and he looks ridiculous in it.
He's wearing his Sunday finest.
He is wearing his Sunday best. He's watching over these eggs because he wants to make sure nothing happens to them. And, of course, it's Dragon Ball Z. Shit happens to them. First, of course, just logically, if you're watching over eggs, one thing that's going to happen is dinosaurs are going to fight on top of them, and they might get crushed.
Naturally.
So Goku lifts up both dinosaurs with one hand each and tosses them over an ocean.
As you do.
Because fuck you, pseudoscience.
As you do.
Or no, fuck you, Super Saiyan. New hashtag. Hashtag fuck you, Super Saiyan.
Going on a t-shirt.
Yep, that's going on a t-shirt, going on Twitter, it'll trend. He saves the eggs. He then goes to the party, all dirty and shit, because he was in the woods. The whole thing is comedic. Now, the parts with Goku are fine, and it makes a lot of sense for his character. The best parts are at the fucking barbecue at Bulma's house, because it's all these fucking gods fucking partying, and it's amazing.
Yeah, that's what's so amusing about the driving cars episode.
Yeah, because it's these two beings with godlike powers just acting like real people. Especially fucking Vegeta. Vegeta's just fucking laying out on the grass, just napping. Wearing normal clothes.
One of them is an alien with powers to rival Superman. The other is a former demon turned space slug.
Is that how you describe Piccolo now?
Yes.
Former demon. That's when Piccolo gets arrested one day. That's what they're going to call him on the news. Former demon turned space slug Piccolo was arrested today in a ring of arresting child kidnappers.
Technically, it's Piccolo Jr.
That's true. Piccolo the Second.
Which is why in one of the World's tournaments he went by Demon Jr. for a while. That was a really stupid name.
Yeah, it's a dumbass name. Very vague too.
Who are you? Demon Jr.
Demon Jr.
You wanna give me some detail there? Well, what demon? The demony kind.
The demons from Demonia. I hail from the demons of Demonia. My name is Demon.
I am a demon from outer space.
Oh, God.
Piccolo is a card-carrying member of the demons from outer space.
Right?
Just logically.
He just is. He's a demon and he's from outer space.
There is no debate.
Fuck you. Fuck logic. I mean, don't complicate this with logic. What? Oh, we're talking about Gamera. Speaking of turtles.
Yeah, and somehow we got onto Dragon Ball Z. Segue, Turtle Hermit. Okay, now we're back on Gamera.
Right, exactly. Oh, Gamera is in Dragon Ball.
Yeah. I was so happy when I found that reference.
Yeah, it was so amazing. There's a bunch of Godzilla references in Dragon Ball.
Not to go back to Dragon Ball, but you know what else is a really good filler episode from Z? You remember
What?
From season 1 or 2?
So we're talking,
Saying
fuck, what's his name? What's the villain's name? The little dude wearing the beanie.
Oh no, I'm actually talking about Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay.
So season 1 is the Saiyan Saga. You remember the one during the...
These I remember the names of.
During the time when Piccolo was training Gohan, do you remember the episode where, the filler episode where Gohan falls into that cave and he meets that robot?
Very vaguely.
It's a good episode.
Yeah, I kind of remember this.
He befriends this dying robot, and the robot dies, and it's a very tender moment.
I do remember this. Because, you see, I watched the Saiyan Saga as part of Dragon... Do you remember Dragon Ball Z Uncut?
Yeah.
When they aired that really late at night on Cartoon Network?
Yeah.
Late at night. It was like 10:30, which it's after that now, while we're recording this.
Woo!
But yo, party! We're up at 11:13.
You are. I'm up at 10:30.
Fuck you.
Time zone.
But 10:30 Eastern time is when they aired it in my area, and it would it'd play, and it would be bloody and filled with sex and drugs and gang violence.
Gang violence.
It was real shit, man. Dragon Ball Z got real.
It was all...
No, it had more blood. There was no censoring. It was all blood, and
It was full of...
they did have cursing in it. Light cursing. It was like damn and hell and...
It was full of pimps and whores.
And Goku doing coke off Snake Way.
And Red Foreman walking in and saying, "Bitches leave."
Oh god, no, it was Vegeta flying down to Earth while Krillin is snorting coke off of Roshi's turtle thing. And then he just said, "Turtles leave." And then Ninja Turtle's like, "Fuck you, Red Foreman."
You could have said 18. Instead of the turtle, Krillin's wife.
Oh, right, that's true. I couldn't think of anything else. But she wasn't around at that point.
Oh, yeah. This is Saiyan Saga, isn't it? Yeah, so you can't do her or Krillin.
See, Dylan, this doesn't make any sense as opposed to Krillin doing coke off of a turtle's back.
Yeah, you can't.
This is bullshit!
You can't use 18 because it's in the Saiyan Saga, nor can you use Krillin's former girlfriend, what was her name? Marin, yeah.
Who was Bulma but skinnier.
Bulma but skinnier. See, you say you've never seen the Garlic Jr. Saga, but you remember Marin.
Marin was at the beginning of the Cell Saga, too.
No, because she leaves at the end of... There's an episode in between the Garlic Jr. Saga and the beginning of all the android shit.
You sure?
Where she leaves, yeah.
Well, she was in after the Frieza Saga, too. She's also in Abridged, so I know who she is through that as well.
Ah, yes, Abridged.
Abridged.
The Spark Notes of DBZ.
Or they get rid of her in one episode.
They did the whole Garlic Jr. thing in one episode, so...
They did the whole Garlic Jr. thing in a minute!
Popo handled it.
Popo handled it fucking amazingly.
That's our Popo.
I had Italian. Because it was nothing but garlic! Clean it up. You can't tell Garlic Jr. what to do, and then he just fucking he just absorbs everything.
I bet Garlic Jr. never has trouble with the vampires.
No, never.
Because
Do you remember,
because Garlic joke.
Do you remember when Frieza telepathically... No. King Kai was telepathically communicating with Popo. And he just had like a minor brain aneurysm as soon as they connected.
Yes.
And it was just this really subtle moment of like, that would happen because of how powerful Popo is in this universe.
Like, the Eternal Dragon is his bitch.
Yeah, man!
Master, is it time to destroy the humans?
No. Give them another century. Maybe see if they clean it up.
I'm like...
Kami, what the fuck am I doing here? I don't know. King Kai, what the fuck is he doing here?
I mean, it makes sense. Popo is basically a genie.
Did you realize that Kami's voice changed after he came back to life?
No.
Yeah, because when he was first in, he sounded like stereotypical old man. He sounded like Grandpa Gojira. But then, when he came back, he was like, "Hello, I am Kami. I want to have sex with your wife." And that was the line, verbatim.
I'm Kami. Did you know your mom's a whore?
Did you know your mom is a whore?
I did.
I was quite aware.
I knew it very well.
Very well.
I became quite acquainted.
Are you referring to an incestuous relationship with your mother?
No, your mother.
Wait a minute.
How can you have an incestuous relationship with my mom? I don't think you understand what's going on.
Popo's like, what the fuck is happening? I just love the idea of that being Kami's line. Hello, my name is Kami. I'm going to have sex with your wife.
Did you know your mother's a whore?
And did you know your mother is a whore?
Oh, Kami. That's our Kami.
He's talking to Gohan.
Did you know your...
So he's going to fuck Videl and he knows Chi-Chi's a whore.
Did you know that your mother is a insufferable bitch? Well, yes, I did.
Quite well, Mr. Kami. Don't call me Mr. Kami, because basically you're calling me Mr. God. And that's just weird.
Did you know that your dad is a terrible father?
I was also quite aware of that as well. Good, I just want to put everything on Front Street.
I just want you to be fully aware of how sucky your life is. Your
life sucks Liam Neeson's cock.
You had to spend months in space to go to my boring-ass planet.
Which is nothing but blue grass. And everybody you know got killed.
Nothing but blue grass and overly trimmed trees.
And lots of weird-looking... Oh, and an old man touched you.
And gave you superpowers.
A man older than me. That's fucked up.
Do you realize how old I am, Gohan?
I'm 900. Doctor is like, bitch, please. He's like, shut up, Doctor!
Did you know that your great-great-great-great-grandmother was also a whore?
Would you like to know how I know that? How? Because I'm really fucking old.
Because I was around, man. I was all over that.
I think we've had this conversation before. But are they implying that Garlic Jr. is a Namekian?
No.
Right? They'd have to be, right? Because he looks like one.
No, he doesn't. He's blue, and he has no antenna.
But he looks in the face exactly like Piccolo.
Listen. Here's the thing about Akira Toriyama. Loved me some Akira Toriyama.
He does not give a fuck.
Look at all of his aliens/demons. He basically recycles the same, like, body parts. So, like, okay, I'll use these alien ears here, and I'll give this one those crazy-looking eyebrows, and, ooh, this one can have this kind of mouth. He basically, it's like he assembles his alien characters out of, like, various, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, loose parts. I understand, I'm just saying, I mean, but, like, wouldn't it make sense if they were Namekian?
No, it wouldn't.
So then what are they?
They were introduced at the time when Piccolo was still a demon, so I guess they're demons.
I suppose. I'll live with it.
Demons and DBZ, it's a thing.
And Demons from Outer Space. Oh.
Now, whether or not Garlic Jr. is from outer space, I do not know.
We don't know.
I know that he draws strength from another planetoid, but as to whether or not he comes from that planetoid, I don't.
Wait, where does he draw his energy from?
In the Garlic Jr. saga, it is explained that he draws his energy from this planetoid called the Machio star. And in fact, the reason he is able to escape the dead zone is because the Machio star has come into a closer orbit with Earth, thus making him more powerful.
Oh, any connection to the Big Getty star?
No.
Okay.
Because
I understand.
Because the Big Getty star looks like the Death Star, and the Machio star looks like Mars.
I see. So it's not a star; it's a planet.
Well, they call it a star, but it's clearly a planetoid.
They did that a lot back in the day.
Yeah.
They would, like, in Gamera, and I can't believe I'm citing this as an example of just science vernacular. In Gamera versus Guiron.
That majestic piece of movie.
That majestic art piece of cinema. They say, we're going to go to another star. And they're talking about a planet. You know, fucking, in the first Superman movie, they call it a star. Science is fucked!
I mean, again, you are quoting the Citizen Kane of Gamera films. I mean,
yeah, indeed. What do you think is the worst? Just to get back to Gamera, which is what started this conversation, ironically. What do you think is the worst Gamera movie just overall? Just fails on every level. I think not counting Super Monster, because Super Monster literally is every other Gamera movie. It's like a best of Gamera clip show.
Yeah, Super Monster is Gamera's Godzilla's Revenge.
But even worse, because there isn't even like a fight at the end where it's new footage. It's all recycled footage.
Yeah. I was about to say that one. That's the worst. Damn it.
I would say Destroy All Planets is a piece of shit.
Which one is Destroy?
And which is also pretty similar to being the Godzilla's Revenge of Gamera films, because how much stock footage is in it.
Now, is Destroy All Planets the one where he fights Virus?
Gamera versus Virus, yeah.
I can never remember the Gamera titles.
Yeah, see, I watched the American dub, so I remember them by their American names. But yeah, it's Gamera versus Virus.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, I have not seen Zigra, nor have I seen Monster X.
Which is
the one with the dinosaur-looking motherfucker.
The dinosaur.
No, but it wasn't an alien in that one. It was like some kind of ancient deity.
You're talking about Jiger? Is that his name, Jiger?
That's it. Yeah, Jiger.
Jiger. He has the.
It looked like Barugan, but with a different head.
He has the moves like Jiger.
He moves like Jiger.
All slow and lumbering.
Barely able to fucking move 5 feet without stopping.
Well, it's like I find
out of sheer exhaustion.
That's why I find the song "Moves Like Jagger" so amusing, because you should not be taking props for dancing like Mick Jagger.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
This is not something to be proud of.
Not at all. But Dylan, what do you think's the worst Gamera movie overall? Just fails on every level.
It's been a while since I've watched like any of them, but based on what I remember, I think I'd have to agree with you and say Virus.
Yeah, because Super Monster just doesn't even count. It just doesn't.
If you count Super Monster, then yes, Super Monster.
Yeah, Super Monster is the worst then, but and again, I haven't seen Zigra and I haven't seen Jiger, but
yeah, see, my memories are very, very fuzzy.
You've seen Zigra, haven't you? Because you did the Kaiju Spotlight on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time, but I did see it.
Yeah. Is that a fun one?
From what I recall, yeah. I mean, all those Showa Gamera movies were fun. They at least had that going for them.
Yeah. I still think Gamera vs. Gauss holds up as a decent Kaiju flick. Tonally, it's still it's dark enough where it's still visually and tonally interesting. And it's paced in a way that I feel moves everything along well, so that way it's not boring.
Well,
because I think the biggest crime that Guiron and Virus have is that they're just painfully boring.
Well, as you know, it's only the third film, so yeah, they hadn't quite gone 100% goofy. Gamera is the savior of all children yet.
Right, yeah. Barragan I haven't seen in fucking eons. I mean, it's been a long time. I saw Gauss like a couple years ago. Again.
I'm gonna see them all again before too long because they're about to do those Blu-ray releases.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the Showa box set and just get them all because I don't have all of them. I only have like 4 of them.
I only personally own the original and the one with Guiron.
Oh, fuck. Attack of the Monsters, I think that one's called, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yes, Attack of the Monsters.
Yeah. And then, of course, you can see them all on Mystery Science Theater with MS-23K versus Gamera.
Yes.
Which is fucking brilliant. I have one complaint with people who are getting into Godzilla because of the new movie and because of the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Why do so many people think that Gamera is a Godzilla monster?
Because these are probably the same people who had never heard the term kaiju before Pacific Rim. They're stupid.
Well, they're not stupid. They're misinformed. Because I get the mistake. I get it's like, oh, it's a guy in a rubber suit playing a giant monster who fights other giant monsters. But they've never crossed over on film.
Well, and
at all.
That's the problem. They don't know that. They probably lump them all together. They probably think Ultraman's in the same universe. Which
is debatable, I suppose. Because again, oh wait, that wasn't Toho, so no, they don't consider a part of that continuity.
No, I mean it's super.
Because you know Toho's like everything that we made in the 60s and 70s is in continuity.
Everything else, fuck it.
Everything else, bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, but what about the Heisei series? I like the Heisei. Fuck your Heisei series. There is only Showa.
I suppose you could probably set Ultraman and Godzilla in the same universe, but you'd have to do a lot of writing.
Yeah, no. It wouldn't really work.
A lot of intense writing.
Very, very intense writing.
It would just have to be a new universe in which both of those happen to exist.
Yeah, no, totally. It doesn't really work.
There's no way you could use the established universes for that purpose.
Atragon's kind of sketchy, too. It's
got to be a pseudo reboot.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I don't even know how many people who are into this new Godzilla are like, Ultraman, that's a thing I'm familiar with.
Yeah, probably not.
They probably have. They're probably Ultraman. You mean that thing from fucking Crisis on Two Earths? No, not at all.
That's precisely what I mean.
Yes, the Superman knockoff. But it just pisses me off. It's like, just do some research, dude. And I saw it in a video by a major member of the geek community on YouTube, and I was like, dude, just fucking look it up before you say something that stupid.
Yeah.
He didn't even remember Gamera's name. He was like the giant turtle that flies. I'm like, that's Gamera, and it's not in the Godzilla universe.
The giant turtle that flies.
I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I'm getting angry. I mean, I'm getting angry over nothing, but it just makes me mad when people say shit like that. It's just like, just look it up.
I kind of hate the fact that Gamera flies.
Why?
Because it's one of those things that's just...
It doesn't make any sense as opposed to, you know, the turtle that shoots fire out of its mouth.
No, but there is a point where you go a little too goofy.
But that's the whole beauty of Gamera, is that it's more over the top than Godzilla is. At least when done well. Speak.
Oh, sorry. Yes. I mean, I shouldn't say, you know, that I don't like it, because that's not really the case. What it is, and I guess it works fine in the Showa films, whatever, but when I rewatch Heisei, and it's a lot darker, and then he flies, it's like, this is the point where my brain checks out.
Yeah, really? I don't know. It doesn't bother me. Because they explain it. They're like, it's artificial. It's not like this was a creature in nature. This was engineered to do this.
Yeah. So at least they have...
And we know he can propel flame anyway, so why not do it that way? I mean, see, here's the thing. The flying saucer thing is where I start to go, okay, this is going a little too far. I don't mind him flying the other way, but when he starts spinning, I'm like, this is a little too much.
Yeah, I think that's what gets me, is that in particular. Because, like you said, when he's not in the flying saucer mode, when he's just got his arms outstretched, except that one time when they literally turned into wings.
That was stupid. Just keep them the way they were in Guardian of the Universe.
Yeah, but, yeah, I don't know. I guess it just depends on how it's done. It's just, it's the one power that he has that always kind of makes me check out a little bit.
it's a little weird. Especially, I think it's the weirdest in Iris because of how dark it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't mind Dark Gamera when it's done well, like that movie is, but I think that I think there's a point where Gamera kind of needs to be a little bit more. Gamera needs to be Superman, while Godzilla is Batman. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because I just think that's I think that's why Gamera is worth re-exploring. Is that there's so much more crazy shit you can do in a Gamera movie than in a Godzilla. Or there's just different stuff you do, like the whole Atlantean thing. Like you can't, that's got nothing to do with Godzilla. So that's a whole part of Gamera that's his own.
Yeah.
The whole mystical aspect. I mean, that was kind of done in GMK, but even then, it was done in a more vague sense.
Yeah. And as you kind of touched on, at least in Heisei, they have a better explanation for him flying.
Right. Exactly. Well, again, in Heisei, they're like, this creature is physically impossible. So the only way it can exist is by genetic engineering that we don't understand.
Yeah, yeah. So it works a little bit better with that.
It's a little weird though to see him do it. Again, the flying saucer is the thing where I'm like, all right, this is going a little too far. I mean, I love it to death. But sometimes it's like, can't we just have him fly?
Normally
walk around.
I wouldn't bring it up, but the reason I bring it up is it's one of the things that worries me seeing is how they've announced a new movie.
Oh, how dark do you think they're gonna go?
Well, if they're trying to copy off Godzilla's success, which, I mean, obviously.
I mean, they'll do. I mean, do you think so though? Because look at Gamera the Brave, and not that this was a success or anything, but look at Gamera the Brave. They kind of did their own thing separate from Godzilla in that movie.
Yeah, I think the darkest they should go is maybe like Pacific Rim dark.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that, yeah. I still think that I would like to see a Gamera movie that kind of has a similar tone to the Avengers. But Godzilla is the classic original monster movie.
Yeah.
That was the beginning. Gamera is such this fucking embodiment of what monster movies became in the 60s. Celebrate that.
Yeah, go.
You know what I mean? Gamera is the character to celebrate.
Go Goofy
that
again,
with.
yeah. I mean, I would.
No, not Goofy. Do it like the Avengers. Do it over the top, but play it straight.
Yeah.
Make it very grandiose. I want to see like Godzilla. I don't know how. See, because in Godzilla, we're not going to be seeing the monsters do anything that. Like, we're not going to be seeing Godzilla do karate moves.
Also,
in the new Godzilla, and nor do I want him to.
Right. Also,
because it's a difference between what Godzilla was originally and what Gamera was.
The other good thing about Gamera is that you have a little bit more wiggle room with him.
Yeah, because nobody's like, this is my Gamera.
Yeah, I mean you.
Well, I kind of had that with Heisei. So.
You can change Gamera's origin, and I would be okay with it.
Well, I would say just because of how cool it is, keep the Atlantean thing at least in basics. Like in the Gamera series I pitched on the second episode of SOS. The Atlantean thing is retained at least in its bare essentials. Well, he's this weapon designed by an Atlantean-like society as a defender.
Right. See, one of the ideas, I would also keep him being engineered. But you could also do aliens.
Yeah, but that's been done a million times, though. I think the Atlantean thing is unique. That's why I love Heisei Gamera so much, is because of how unique it is. It is its own beast, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the reason why Heisei Gamera has lived on so well is because of how different it is from other monster movies.
Yeah. See,
while still retaining the elements that make it feel part of that genre.
It's just unlike Godzilla. Gamera is a monster that I'm like, I don't care if he has the same origin.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm definitely saying do some experiment. Like, you don't have to... Because the thing is, Gamera has never really been... Gamera has never really been, like, disappointingly brought to life as we had with Godzilla. Godzilla's got some making up to do in the U.S.
Yeah.
Because everybody was offended by the 98 movie. Gamera's like, just explore. You know what I mean? Do whatever you want.
It's a flying turtle.
Yeah. just have fun with it. Just do some experimenting. My only thing, and it will always be my only thing, is just make it faithful. Make it, recognizable.
Right. You don't want to jump the Zigra. You don't want to jump the Zigra. You want to...
Ha ha! Clever.
You want it to be the same animal.
Right, you want it to be Gamera. You still want to look at it and go, that's Gamera. I still say keep the fireballs, don't make it fire breath. I still keep it the little projectiles as opposed to the beam that Godzilla's going to have.
Yeah. Because that was kind of... that was kind of Gamera's thing. It's like Godzilla does the Kamehameha. He's a fire in his laser. Gamera has fireballs.
But yeah, I'm just like, just retain what makes Gamera Gamera, and I'll be there. I'll be there opening day.
Make sure he's a turtle.
Yeah, as long as in this continuity we've decided to make Gamera a frog.
Lack Bay. Gamera is from a toad race.
An alien race of toads.
And you're like, what?
Who are also half rock. That's where the shell comes in. Because turtles don't make any sense. It's got to be a toad with a fucking rock on its back. This makes sense.
Indeed.
Indeed.
The sense is sound.
The sense is made. But yeah. In terms of monsters, do you think they should bring... I say bring a bunch of them back. Like, do Gauss, do Zigra, Jiger...
I always think that the first monster Gamera fight should be Gauss. Call me old-fashioned, but
yeah, I mean, even though that wasn't the first monster he fought, but
right. Well, in terms of,
I mean, it's his arch enemy.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I would totally follow Heisei in that regard.
Yeah.
Swarms.
I mean, I'm saying do a bunch of them. Do a couple.
Swarms of Gauss. I would take Gauss back to being a space monster though, because I like the idea of like.
When was Gauss a space monster?
Well, they never really... Because here's the thing. In one of the movies, Gamera fights a space Gauss.
Yeah, but it's not like... That's not where the Gauss of Earth came from. He didn't come from space.
Do they ever say that, though?
Yes, the Gauss in that movie is explained as because that planet is a mirror Earth. So it's a mirror Earth Gauss.
Okay, then. So I just interpreted that incorrectly. But I think you could do Gauss as a space monster. Imagine...
I mean, I've always liked the idea of them and Gamera having a connected origin.
Imagine a swarm of Gauss that go from planet to planet eating shit.
Yeah, but that's what Legion are.
Yeah, but you don't have to do Legion.
Do Legion, though, if you're going to do it that way. You've already got a monster in the Gamera universe that fits that description. Just do Legion. Fuck your shit, Dylan.
I'm just looking for an excuse to bring in Space Gauss.
Fine, then you can have Space Gauss as long as I can have Dark Space Godzilla.
Very well.
Dark Space Godzilla.
I think you could do a Dark Space Godzilla.
It could work, I guess.
You can do a Dark Space Godzilla. You just got to make him...
Yeah, you could get away with Dark Space Godzilla.
You just got to play up how much of a threat he is. You got to make it really apocalyptic.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be like, we're fucked.
Space Godzilla.
Same thing with Ghidorah. If you do Ghidorah in 2014, he's got to be like end all be all. He can kill Godzilla if he wanted.
Space Godzilla's got to be like fucking Broly, and they're just like, we've got to find a way to kill this thing, or we are so fucked.
Yeah. Well, that's how they're playing up Godzilla in this new movie. So anything that's going to... Here's the thing. I doubt the Muto creatures are going to be very much so a threat to this new Godzilla, based on how they play him up in the trailer. I mean, anything that can send the human race back to the Stone Age, really going to have a hard time taking that thing down.
Yeah. So wait. If that's their explanation, why isn't there a space Gamera?
There should be.
There should be a space, and there should be...
There's not.
And there should be an Earth Guiron.
Well, Barugan, kind of.
No, that doesn't count.
They're vaguely similar.
I don't care how similar they are, that doesn't count.
Fuck you, Dylan. Barugan is Earth Guiron.
He is not.
Love him.
Knife Head is Earth Guiron. No.
That's true. That's very true.
Actually, no, because he's not from Earth.
Oh yeah, they're from another dimension. Here's the thing, though.
This Guiron.
One of the funniest. one of the funniest things about that movie is how obsessed the kid is with fucking... On this mirror Earth, they will have built the perfect society where there are no traffic accidents. It's like, why is that the hill you want to die on? Of all the things that's wrong with our planet, really the hill you want to die on is traffic accidents?
Maybe his parents were killed in a tragic car accident.
His parents are in the fucking movie!
Maybe his grandparents were killed in a tragic car accident.
Oh wait, his dad isn't.
Maybe his dad died in a tragic car. There you
His
go.
dad died in a traffic accident.
This is the dark origin of that kid.
The kid who gets their fucking head shaved because the fucking alien bitches want to eat their brains.
Yes. Because
Which, I forget why. All I remember is they wanted to do that. I don't remember what the reason was.
I don't either. Here's my question. Why do you have to shave the head to get to the brain?
Because, so that way you know what you're cutting.
They take...
They do it in surgery, too.
Yeah, but they're just like pulling these brains out to eat them, so they don't have to be that finesse. They can, because, you know, when they do autopsies and stuff, they cut the brain out without shaving the head.
You know what I think I'm remembering it now, you know what I think the reason was? I think they wanted to, this is so stupid, they wanted to absorb the memories of Earth that these children had, so that way they could fit in better on Earth, because they were going to conquer Earth.
So they're doing it with children?
Well, because they're the only Earthlings that are there.
But they kidnapped them. They could have kidnapped adults.
Yeah, but they're the children are the one who wandered into the spacecraft.
Well, they could have thought of a better trap and kidnapped some adults.
A better trap.
Because...
Yes, my sister, the trap is sprung. We have attracted humans.
If this is a way of infiltrating Earth, you need to get a human who has more life experiences.
I agree. I'm not Dylan, I'm not defending their strategy. I'm simply explaining what it was.
I hope you're not defending their strategy.
I mean, they failed. They fail miserably. So, I mean, define how well their plan worked out. I mean,
they should have just
I think it was pretty stupid too. I mean, the evidence is there.
They should have just done what a Godzilla villain would have done: taken over Earth with space scouts.
Doesn't that make more sense? I mean, if they can send a spaceship, why can't they send a fucking Guiron or Space Scouts?
Yeah, why couldn't this movie just been them trying to invade Earth using Guiron and Space Scouts? Wouldn't that be so
Well, the reason why is because they did that last movie with Destroy All Planets.
They don't care.
And they took over Gamera in that movie, too, so...
It's Showa Gamera, who cares? Just give me a plot that makes semi-sense.
Fair enough. You know what's funny about Destroy All Planets?
What's funny about the fact that they destroyed no planets?
Yeah, the no planets to destroy, but more... Well, it was called that because the Destroy All Monsters came out the same year, and they wanted people to go see the movie.
It's like, let's think of something that's more impressive to destroy.
Planets!
Planets!
It's almost as impressive as destroying He-Man! Or the Batman. Shut up, Joker!
And instead of building a Dai Death Star, they just said, let's make a movie called Destroy All Planets.
Yeah, exactly. No, but what's weird is they take over Gamera's mind, and they have him attack the city, or Tokyo. So they use footage from the original Gamera where Gamera is destroying Tokyo, and it's in black and white, and all the other stock footage is in color. So they use every piece of stock footage possible of Gamera destroying shit. But then when they run out, they're like, shit, now we got to use the fucking original footage, which we were too lazy to colorize, and we can't shoot new footage. God forbid we have to do that.
Oh, Japan, you so crazy.
Right? Bitch, you cray. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Japan is cray.
Bitch, be cray.
Germans are fucked up, and Japanese are cray. This is the prejudice from outer space.
Prejudice from outer space. Dun 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 dun. Fuck them Asians!
Fuck them Asians. Not exactly what I said, but I'll take it.
No, that was my interpretation, Dylan.
I'll take it.
The views of Dylan McCandless do not reflect the views of the demons from outer space.
They only reflect the views of the two members. And somebody in the audience is like, "Wait, that's the whole show." No, it's not.
Fuck you.
We had a guest once.
Don't complicate this with logic.
Don't make this complicated with your logic. With your sweet.
So yeah, Gamera reboot.
With your sweet juicy science.
Sweet. Fill this man up with some science. Sweet, magical science.
Oh my.
When is this supposedly coming out?
It did not say.
2020. Alright, that explains it.
It's only just been released, so I'm pretty sure it's probably like pre-production stages. They have no idea.
And if they follow Godzilla as an example, God knows.
This movie will come out in the year 2024.
In the year 2024, Dylan McCandless and Bill Worcester are old fucks now. We're 20, we're like 30? Oh, as I said, old fucks.
All food is in pill form. And the planet is ruled by dirty, filthy apes.
No, you remember the Nostalgia Critic, it's ruled by seahorses.
Oh, right, yes. Seahorses. Of course.
I'll deal with that as it comes.
Because why seahorses?
Because it's funny.
When Doug Walker wrote this, what made him think, you know what should rule the earth in the future? Seahorses. Because
it's funny, because who the fuck would think seahorses would conquer the earth?
I predicted this.
My prediction? Pain.
Jellyfish. Jellyfish will conquer the globe.
That's what Mr. T said in his most recent interview following his battle with cancer.
And Steve Irwin was like, no, man, stingrays.
Is that your Steve Irwin impression?
No.
He sounds like fucking Keanu Reeves from Bill and Ted. Whoa, I predict stingrays.
I don't have a Steve Irwin impression.
Oh, crocky.
Nor
was killed in the ocean, I was.
See, I was.
Beautiful.
That just sounds medieval British. It doesn't really sound Australian.
Oh, it sounds Australian, man. That's not a knife.
I mean,
that's a knife.
The crikey did.
Crikey. With the ship on the barbie, I'm going to go down to the local river and catch me a croc, I am.
Oh, this racism is killing me inside.
It's not racist.
The Australians.
The Australians aren't a race.
They might as well.
They're Caucasian.
They might as well be. They're different enough.
Our viewers are offended, Dylan, by your prejudice.
Our many Australian viewers.
We have a couple, actually.
A couple do not constitute many.
So we can afford to lose them.
Dylan
said it, not me. Fuck our Australian listeners.
I love how your counter to my point of our few is, we have a couple. I'm like, exactly what I'm saying.
One couple in Australia listens to this show. While they fuck too. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
In what order?
While, not and.
Oh my.
Oh my. Oh, crocky, Dylan, tell us why that doesn't make sense.
I don't know whether to be...
Oh, by the way, they're also a gay couple.
I don't know whether to be... I don't know whether to be horrified or kind of flattered.
A mixture of both, I think, is the proper... It's
like, we have sex.
Feeling to have.
It's like, we have sex while listening to your show, and I'm like, that's interesting.
That's fascinating.
Why?
Please tell me why.
Because it makes them moist.
It makes me so moist. Oh shit, it's the old couple. Yes, I get so turned on by Bill's voice.
And its many,
Jesus Christ.
And his many impressions.
Oh, that Skeletor makes my penis rock hard.
And that Travolta, forget about it.
You're so weird. It's so weird. Oh, God.
You know what I've realized, Bill?
What have you realized, Dylan?
We run a strange show here.
Oh, what the fuck would make you say that?
Just a...
What would give you that wacky impression?
Just a feeling.
Just a feeling. Just a passing feeling. When my head hits the pillow at night, sometimes I think, our show's kind of weird.
I think our show might just be a tad strange.
Might be a bit on the weird side. Maybe, I don't know. You might be onto something there.
You be the judge, America.
America, and any other foreign listeners, you be the judge. Is our show weird?
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama, for making our show weird.
Not like we had anything to do with that.
Not at all. It is entirely the fault of shit, that stutter was bad. Fucking broken record. That's the new rap. Of a Baba who? Baba Ganoush.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. He's back. I never left.
Not the Baba Ganoush.
Baba Ganoush never leaves. He's always here.
I cannot handle the Baba Ganoush.
The audience still has no idea what that is.
They don't understand Baba Ganoush.
Should we explain Baba Ganoush?
No, I think it's better if we don't.
No, we're not going to tell you who Baba Ganoush is. You're going to have to figure it out through context clues. My identity is a mystery to everybody except me. For I am Baba Ganoush. I ride a tiger named Richard Parker.
See, you're already giving them too many details.
That's not details. That's the vaguest shit I've ever heard.
I ride a tiger named Richard Parker.
How is that a detail? That's a fact of his life. He rides a tiger named Richard Parker.
He told them the name of his tiger, Bill.
So what, I'm not supposed to tell them anything?
No.
The reason why he named him Richard Parker?
No, definitely don't tell them that, because that's the best part. You gotta leave them in suspense.
Tune in next week when we reveal why Baba Ganoush's tiger is named Richard Parker.
It's genius.
It is amazing. It is magical. Your life will never be the same after learning the identity and the purpose of Richard Parker, my pet tiger.
Not to mention the legacy of his son.
His son will live on in fame and infamy for some people.
For like 5 people.
Why are you whispering? I don't know. Sometimes it just gets real quiet.
It's
just a quiet time.
His son will be famous for those like 5 people who give a shit about what we say.
The child of Richard Parker the tiger will live on in infamy. For he will have a name that will echo through the annals of DFOS history.
Oh my.
Oh my. Get the fuck out of here, George Takei.
Quit with your random oh my.
You can't get rid of me forever, Captain.
Looks like you're gonna be boarded from the rear.
Oh, God.
George, I'm pretty sure that's sexual harassment. You bet.
Yeah, Jim, it's sexual harassment. Urgh.
You bet it
Why
is.
is
Oh my.
Bones having a fucking brain aneurysm on the fucking bridge of the Enterprise?
Rawr.
I'm always having that, Jim. Urgh.
I don't understand.
He's turning slowly into the Hulk.
I don't understand the concept of this homosexuality, Captain. It's highly illogical.
Well, you see, Spock, when a man and a man really want to fuck each other,
It's the greatest explanation I've ever heard.
they just whip them out and they do things with them.
They whip it good.
It can be quite magical.
That was a Devo ref. Fuck.
Bones, have you tried this? Maybe, Captain. Maybe.
Let's just say that when I was a young lad, I did some films that I'm...
When he was a young warthog.
I did...
When I was a young warthog.
I did some films that I'm not particularly proud of.
Bones McCoy was in gay porn before he joined the Starship Enterprise. He boldly went where no man has gone before.
I can still strip a chicken leg in one motion.
Yes. Oh, Christ. Oh. Oh. I'm still looking for those nuclear vessels. Why does Chekhov sound like Elmer Fudd?
Also, why does he talk like that? The motherfucker's from New York.
Chekhov?
The actor.
Oh, Anton Yelchin?
No. Oh, you're
Oh, the original guy?
the original guy. Yeah.
Oh, so he sounds like this, did he? Oh.
I'm pretty sure he's from he's from the north. Somewhere.
Northern New York, so like upstate.
I don't know if he's...
So he talks like this, does he?
I said...
Upstate New Yorkers have a really deep voice.
I said he's from New York. I don't know if he's actually from New York, but he is a North...
Don't fucking say shit! Let me do my shitty Chekhov impression.
He's from New York. It's all the North.
It's not gay in New York. It's still pretty gay.
What are we even talking about at this point?
I don't even know, dude. Talking about Star Trek being really gay.
Oh,
which kind of can be.
We're earning fans.
Right?
The Trek.
No, the last episode almost has 300 views.
I'm just saying, the Trekkie crowd is loving us right now.
I think that there's nothing wrong with Star Trek being gay. Nothing wrong with Star Trek being gay. I endorse Spock sucking cock. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Spock sucks cock.
And I endorse it.
I do!
You got to make sure to point out the fact that you are endorsing Spock sucking cock.
No, Dylan, you got to say it right. Spock sucks cock. Because it rhymes. Spock and cock.
It rhymed the way I said it, too.
Spock sucks cock. Say it like that.
Spock sucks cock.
You have it correct. Now we can depart from this bit.
It pains me to say so.
Let Leonard Nimoy suck a dick if he wants. There's nothing wrong with it.
Let Leonard Nimoy suck a dick.
He isn't limited by your prejudice.
Leonard Nimoy isn't limited by homophobia or anti-Semitism.
Not at all.
Both of which could be applied.
Not at all. Yeah, he is Jewish.
Apparently, the "Live Long and Prosper" hand sign
comes from Jewish religion.
Apparently, it's actually Jewish.
Yep.
The Vulcans are Jews.
Apparently.
Spread the word.
Spread the word of the Torah.
Be sure to tell Space Hitler.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Space Hitler. Who would be Space Hitler? The Klingons wouldn't be Space Hitler.
The Borg.
Yeah, I guess they would be, right?
They're creating a master race.
The Borg Queen would be Adolf.
You know who from history is scarily similar to the Borg? The Persian Empire, because the way they conquered, they would use the whole military method if necessary. But the other way they conquered is they would just convince people to join their empire. Because here's the thing, they wouldn't make them change anything about their daily lives. It was just like, give us some money.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like.
So they were like Jehovah's Witnesses.
So it's like, we are the Persian Empire. Your cultural adversity will be added to our own. Resistance is futile.
It is. Fascinating. The more you know.
Xerxes is a Borg. Spread the word.
I guess the Cybermen are kind of like that. No, I think the Daleks are Space Hitler. Davros is Space Hitler.
Yeah, Davros.
Yeah, almost exactly. Almost exactly. Davros is Space Hitler.
Davros is Hitler and the Emperor from Star Wars and Stephen Hawking all rolled into one.
Hitler's perfect person was the complete opposite of his own body type. Tall, blonde hair, blue eyes, lean.
And Davros,
that was the perfect
person, is a one-eyed squid thing.
Yeah. Well, no. Hitler did not match that description at all. To Davros, the Daleks are the perfect specimen. And he is nothing like a Dalek.
Though, couldn't he turn himself into one? I don't understand why he hasn't done.
He would wear the armor, but he didn't turn himself into a Dalek.
No, I'm saying, I know...
The Dalek is the creature, not the armor.
I know he didn't. I'm saying, couldn't he?
No.
Why not?
Because he couldn't.
Why not?
Because a Dalek is a creature in and of itself. He couldn't turn himself into
a Dalek is a member of his race that has been mutated. Couldn't he simply mutate himself?
No, but they're not mutated. I mean, well, they are mutated, but it's done in a lab. It's not like they were like Godzilla, where they were like a bomb went off and they turned into what they are.
He did it over generations. But I'm just saying, Davros is a smart feller. He could figure out. And here.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be himself once he became the Dalek. I think he still wants to retain. Yeah, but here's the thing: he wants to be the Emperor of the Daleks. They turn against him.
And the Dalek Emperor did it with humans. He transformed humans into Daleks.
Yeah, but they didn't remember anything. Like, I think Davros wants to retain his memories. Like, you're not going to retain your memories when you turn into a Dalek.
He's freaking Davros. He can figure out a way to retain his freaking memories.
Yeah, but he doesn't feel the need to. Then there's no point.
So he wants to create the perfect being, but he does not want to himself be a perfect being.
He wants to rule the perfect race. He doesn't want to become it.
But that defeats the purpose of itself, because then he...
No, it doesn't.
Because
he's not going to pass on his... Yeah, but he wants to rule over the perfect race. He doesn't want to become it.
So he doesn't want to be perfect.
I think the idea is that he wants to control the perfect race. Being it doesn't matter. Because if you're in charge of the perfect race, you're above any kind of standard, at least in his eyes. Because he's the creator.
Right.
It's the same thing as Frankenstein being opposed to the monster having any kind of rational thought. Right? When the monster starts to be philosophical, he's like, this is impossible, I reject this, this is a dream, this isn't true, it's not possible. And the monster's like, deal with it, bitch. Verbatim.
Deal with it, bitch.
Deal with it, bitch. Davros, I think, is the same way. He's above perfection. He is Davros.
Frankenstein's all like, bitches leave.
Bitches leave. When he walks into like Victor's like wedding room and he's like, bitches leave.
Oh yeah, that's totally where I was going with that joke. I didn't even think of that actually.
Even though Victor wasn't in the room when the monster killed Mary.
Kurtwood Smith should play Frankenstein.
The monster or the man?
Either one. The monster.
He's a little old at this point, ain't he?
Yeah, true.
I guess he could play Dr. Frankenstein.
Vintage Kirkwood Smith should have done it. Or Kurt.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
Kirk, whatever his name is.
Kirkwood Smith.
Is it Kirk with a K?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. But then recently I said, I don't know.
He's in a new series coming out soon.
It's already started.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Are you watching it?
It is. It's in my DVR, which means it might sit there for years.
I assume it's probably pretty good. I mean, it's about his kid coming back to life, right? That's the premise?
Yeah, I have this. It seems like a good chance for some good acting on his part. I mean, yeah, but it's in my DVR, so I may or may not ever watch it.
Do you ever have a hard time watching him be a good guy?
Like,
with having been Red Foreman and Clarence from RoboCop?
Yeah, and with those being the two parts that sort of define him for me. Yeah.
Yeah, you think that's because he's the protagonist of that show, so.
Because I know it kind of colored my experience when I was watching Rambo 3, because I was just waiting for the part where he was going to turn out to be an asshole, and it never came.
Dumbass.
I was like, when is Kurtwood Smith or
Somebody shut up the police.
I was like,
I don't know who's responsible, but they deserve a visit. No, their ass deserves a visit from my foot.
I'm like, I'm waiting for the moment in this movie where Red Foreman turns out to be a bad guy, and it never happens. It's just,
and you call him Red Foreman too, so you know that's what he's known for.
Because I don't remember his actual name, as we've established. I will always call him Red Foreman.
As will I, just out of love.
I would be honored if he would call me a dumbass.
Right?
That's going to be my request if I ever meet him in person.
Oh, God, yeah. Would you please call me a dumbass?
Can you threaten to violate me with your foot?
If that's what you're into, son. Oh, don't call me son. Call me dumbass. All right, dumbass. Oh, you just come. Just cream your pants.
Just come all over the place. He's like, okay.
You jizz all over Kurtwood Smith. He just calls the cops. He's like, oh! Security just tackles you.
He's like, your ass deserves a visit from my foot, and then I come some more.
And it just shoots all over me. He's like, oh! He's like, and you're like, stop offending me. It only makes it better.
You don't understand the root of this obsession, do you, Kirkwood? Because if you did, you would understand why this is happening.
Oh my God, he would just die right there if he was just covered in your semen. Oh God, this is so fucking. This show's weird.
You think?
I think it might be. Thanks, Obama.
I'm starting to think so. Yeah.
I think this show might be a bit on the strange side. Oh God.
Really, what gave you that idea?
I don't know.
What could possibly be strange about Kirkwood Smith covered in ropes of my jizz?
Oh, those ropes.
That's how descriptive I chose to be.
Oh, one time that 70s show star Kurtwood Smith was sexually assaulted today.
By an overly eager fan.
Who was called a dumbass by Mr. Smith and sprayed ropes of male ejaculate onto Kurtwood Smith's body. This is his picture of Kurtwood Smith running in the parking lot covered in jizz.
This was far more than a trickle.
Oh, they just do an interview with me. His friend Bill Worcester had this to say. That scored a 10 on the jizz scale, it did.
Well, you put the "it did" afterwards.
Because now I'm Canadian, you see, eh?
Talking like a British person from the time of Oliver.
Oh, no, not a British person, eh? I'm talking like a good-hearted Canadian. Ropes of jism that were on him, it was.
It got a number 10 on the jizz scale, eh?
Got a number 10 on the jizz scale, it did. Good old-hearted Canadian jizz scale.
And you have to explain what the jizz scale is on national news.
Ah, you see there, eh? The jizz scale is a meter for the amount of male ejaculate equivalent to how awesome something is, you see. You understand, eh? The reporter is just like, oh my god.
I think this kid might be a little weird.
I think that this guy's fucked up. Dylan, I'm echoing a little bit.
You are?
A little bit.
Okay. Not sure what to do about it.
It's good. It's fine. It's gone. See, yeah. Kurtwood Smith covered in Dylan's jizz. Because fuck logic.
And people complain that we're too lowbrow.
Yeah, people say we're lowbrow. Bullshit, I say.
Bah,
I say.
Bah, humbug.
Bah.
Meh.
Meh! Who says that this show is lowbrow? What can be more highbrow than the death of He-Man?
Lots of things. Someone just responds to...
Nobody says that in my presence. Attack him, Beastman! Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I have no follow-up joke.
I don't either. How far in are we? Let's see.
I don't know.
Oh, look, because we stopped recording in between, so let's see how much we have. We might actually be done. Let's see. That's my checking our time voice.
Oh my.
Don't judge me.
That was very sexual.
Oh my.
In certain circles.
In certain circles, that can be seen as quite strange. We still need like another 15 minutes.
Circles who get turned on by the movie The Grudge just love the just love the sound of Bill going
Creepy, man. That's fucking creepy. So Dylan, we still need to fill about 20 minutes. Let's do it, dude. Let's do it.
Quick, bring out the dancing monkeys.
They dance. I don't know why they're dancing to the Batman theme, but
because who wouldn't dance to the Batman theme?
Nobody would not dance to the Batman theme.
They're monkeys, not idiots.
They know the quality of the Batman theme.
If you can put enough monkeys in a room and produce Shakespeare, then you can certainly put monkeys in a room and have them appreciate Batman.
That's the new saying. If you put an infinite amount of monkeys on a keyboard, they will eventually type out the work of Shakespeare. Was the original saying, right?
Yeah.
If you have an infinite amount of monkeys watch Batman Begins, one of them will like it.
At least.
At least. Which shows you how fucking stupid monkeys are.
Who likes that movie?
Who likes Batman Begins?
Everybody in the audience.
I like Batman and Robin. That is my Batman.
When we ask who likes Batman Begins, I just imagine everybody in the audience slowly raising their hand.
Yeah, it's like, how dare you like that cinematic gold? Oh, wait.
How dare you like that movie with Liam Neeson and Ninja Batman and... Wait, why do I don't like it again?
What do you mean they don't get a shot of Liam Neeson from the hip down? Out of fear.
That's the reason Bill doesn't like the movie. There's no link.
Yeah, because there's no shots of Liam Neeson from the hips down.
That's all Bill wants out of life.
That's all I want is to see what it looks like. I just want to see it, man. I just want to see it.
If you had a room full of scientists examining his cock for 2 hours a day, it would take 2 years to see it all. It's that long. Thanks, Mr. DNA.
You're welcome, John. You're welcome. What's the status on cloning Liam Neeson's cock?
Mr. DNA has a very deep voice now. He used to be a redneck.
Now he's fucking the second Kami.
Now he has this deep, sultry voice.
Hello, my name is Kami, and I'm going to have sex with your wife.
I'm Mr. DNA. Did you know that your wife is a whore?
Did you know that your mother is a whore as well? Did you know that every woman you've ever loved is a whore?
Did you know that in their DNA they are pre-coded to be a whore? I know this shit.
Do you know why? Why? Because I'm Mr. DNA.
Because I wanted them to be a whore, bitch.
People bow down before the might of Mr. DNA. I am the only God in this universe.
I am the building block of life. Worship me.
You know, he's not wrong. Of course I'm not wrong. I am Mr. DNA.
I made you all that you are. Worship me. The more we talk about this, the more sense it makes to worship DNA as a god.
It does, right? It literally is the building block of life.
I created all life on this planet. Yes, you did.
Well, you didn't create it. You are it.
Well, by replicating itself and mutations going through the generations, DNA is the source of all life on Earth.
Yes, but it's not the creator.
Life is life.
The Big Bang is the source of what life is.
Life is simply the quest to replicate your DNA.
Well, as I said once in a live show, life is nothing more than the quest for pussy.
That doesn't apply to species that don't have pussies.
Wait, hang on! What species doesn't have a pussy?
Lots of species don't have pussies.
What do you mean?
There are species who reproduce asexually, but birds and...
Oh, right, okay.
Also, birds that don't have penises and pussies, they just have that thing, the cloaca.
Wait. Birds don't have dicks and pussies?
No, most, I think there are exceptions, but, I think some ducks have penises, but, for the most part,
Dylan's checked.
For the most part, it's this one hole that, does both. It pees and poops.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Ew.
And so you're probably wondering, well, how do they have sex?
Ducks are weird. Oh, no, not ducks. Birds are weird.
So then you're probably wondering, well, then how do they have sex? Well.
For those of you who wanted to know.
They line up their holes, and then they...
Professor Dylan McCandless is going to teach you. Dylan, tell us, how do birds have sex?
They simply line up their cloacas, and then they do what's called a cloachial kiss, which is just basically the male bird's cloaca spitting sperm into the other one.
You know what makes this even funnier?
What?
Your account picture being Godzilla riding the quad.
Yes.
I don't know why, but it just adds to the whole thing.
You're getting the secrets of bird reproduction explained to you by Godzilla on a four-wheeler.
One day I was wondering how birds reproduce, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Godzilla rode up to me in a quad and explained to me that they do something called a cloacian kiss.
Like, you remember my meme, Godzilla on a four-wheeler. Your argument has never been more invalid.
Including the argument that bird sex makes no sense. It makes perfect sense!
Birds are people, too.
Birds are people, too. They're good people, unlike spiders. Spiders are terrible human beings.
Birds are people.
People! Birds are people!
We've got to stop them. Why do you have to stop birds from being people?
Shut up, Michael Bay!
Let those birds be people. All those birds want is some equal rights. They're not...
All those birds want is the right to vote, and the right to own a home in America.
They're not limited by your anti-bird prejudice.
Birds aren't limited by your prejudice. This is the penguin talking.
Alfred Hitchcock taught me that. Alfred Hitchcock taught me that birds are not limited by my prejudice.
Wait, hang on. What's Alfred Hitchcock's voice?
Because they can fucking kill me.
My name is... Oh, that's Lou Ferrigno.
see, that's the requirement for being freed from my prejudice. If you can fucking kill me, then I'm...
So most people on this planet are free from your prejudice.
I would say that there's a significant proportion of the population whose ass I could kick.
Really?
Especially them skinny-ass Africans.
Oh, my God! Oh, Jesus Christ. Did you really just go there?
They look hungry.
There has been gone. You throw me an AIDS-stricken African boy, I can take that fucker down.
His ass is going. When you consider the fact that that's a pretty large portion of the Earth's population, I'm doing good.
Oh, God, this shouldn't be funny, but
then there are all those hungry-ass Hindus.
Oh, Jesus. You know where I get my kicks? Some people take down ant farms. I fucking take down Calcutta.
I destroy the Hindu religion, one Hindu at a time. Hindus are not limited.
This is just more... This is stopping being like a joke and starting to become actual racism.
Hindus are limited by my prejudice.
Oh dear. We just went there.
Oh yes, I went there.
There has been gone.
I went there, stayed for a while, bought the T-shirt, came back, put it on the table.
Bought it. Cut off the tag and resold it.
Cooked it up, ate it, shit it back out.
It was quite good. I enjoyed it. Should have it with some sauce.
It was so weird.
It was so weird. It's so weird eating shirts. 'Cause it's so weird. Oh dear. Ta-tai. Oh, St. Patty's Day is coming up.
It is. I gotta get me some Irish cream for my coffee.
Oh, yes, boy. Boyo.
Such is my St.
You're gonna have that Shamrock Shake from McDonald's, are you?
Such is my McDonald's tradition. Such is my St. Patrick's Day tradition.
Fucked you up, huh?
Such is my St. Patrick's Day tradition. I watch Leprechaun and drink Irish coffee.
Dylan sits on his front lawn with a shotgun, drinking his coffee, waiting for leprechauns to come by so we can take those. He's gonna bag one of them one day. Just you wait.
I don't have to wait for St. Patrick's Day to sit on my porch with a shotgun.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You live in the South. You can do that anyway.
I do that all the time.
How are the tennis... You know how in some states, like, if somebody just, like, puts their foot on your front lawn, you can shoot them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you put no trespassing on your lawn, then those motherfuckers could die.
Oh, my God. What if it's an accident?
I don't care.
You're gonna fucking shoot me?
Be like the pink guy from Powerpuff Girls. Get off my property!
Oh, my God. Imagine the whole spitting on your lawn thing. Oh, boy!
The only person that spits on this lawn is me! I do.
You missed, motherfucker!
I do, all the time.
Don't make fun of me!
I spit on my lawn. I spit in public parking lots.
That boy's making fun of the blind, he is.
The blind? I never made fun of the blind. I just made fun of starving Africans.
The blind are safe from my prejudice. The Africans, on the other hand, them boys ain't goes riding that.
Even though I could kick the blind's ass, they are still safe from my prejudice because
the blind's ass, the blind's collective ass,
will be kicked
by Dylan McCann.
Effective immediately.
On every door in America, there must be a braille sign put that says the blind's collective ass will be kicked by Dylan McCandless.
At dawn.
Bear this in mind while opening.
I'll be waiting for them at 3 o'clock.
Outside of the school. You want to tussle?
I'll start with the blind women and children. And the blind men will try to punish me, but they won't be able to find me. I'll start with Helen Keller.
You'll never see me coming. Nope, didn't see you coming, Mandarin.
This episode went to a dark place.
It did. It really did. You want to wrap up?
I don't know. How are we on time?
We're good. We're fine. We got enough.
We have nothing to talk about. So before...
This is what happens when Dylan and I have nothing to talk about. Shit like this happens.
Before we offend too many more groups...
Yeah, before we lose any more fans,
maybe we should.
I think we ought to wrap up.
Maybe we should ride off into the sunset.
We should do all Indiana Jones and Last Crusade style. Dylan runs off. No, Andres' horse runs off with them.
Yes.
Got lost in his own museum, huh? Uh-huh. Dun 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 dun
You know who's really good at that music? John Williams.
You know who's not really good at that music? Who? You, Bill.
You, Bill.
Fuck you, Dylan.
Like...
I'm not limited by your prejudice.
That was pretty fucking awful, Bill.
Fuck you.
So about July.
Fuck you, Dylan.
I can...
This road trip is off if I can't I can't sing the Indiana Jones theme.
Well, then it's off because you sure as hell can't.
You just witnessed the death of the G-Fest road trip by the SOS.
If that's the case, then it's off because you sure as hell can't.
Damn it. What about the Little Shop of Horrors soundtrack? Can I sing that?
I don't know. We'll have to see how...
I've been singing that a lot lately. Little Shop of Horrors,
well,
Little Shop.
If that's a preview, then I'm going to say no.
Fuck you. It's going to happen. It's going to fucking happen. But as always, be sure to like the Sons of Sarazawa Network homepage on Facebook for more updates on all activities that are SOS. Dylan, you just posted a new episode of Kaiju Spotlight recently on Attack on Titan.
I did. So go check that out. There are spoilers.
So if you haven't watched Attack on Titan and you intend to, you might want to go check that out first. But go ahead and check out Kaiju Spotlight on Super DM64's channel to check out Dylan's thoughts on Dem Titans.
Dem Titans.
Dem Titans.
I call them Dem Titans quite a bit.
He does. What else? I think that's going to do it. Aside, again, go ahead and like the SOS Network homepage. New Sons of Sarazawa podcast coming up. By the time this is posted, probably 2 days afterwards. Yeah, that sounds about right. Expect that in 2 days after this episode goes up. Whenever that'll be. So yeah. But otherwise, until next time, I'm Zazubaar, a.k.a. Bill Worcester.
And I'm Super DM64.
And until next time, damn Germans, damn it fucked up. Dun 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 dun.
Oh god.
Dun 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 dun.